you want to tell her.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. We just kind of divided each one of the topics there that we were going to talk about. We pulled out the pieces that we thought were going to take the preliminary information to go out to the, so we kind of set up our email and say what would we need for each members of the meeting to bring more to prepare for. Like, for instance, in the projects for the department, we'd ask whoever's the head of the projects to bring a report on status of what they were doing, so let them prepare for that. We also told people to think about their supplies before they got there, and to bring their calendars to the meeting. So if we're talking about timing for vacations, that they would have that right there. We also decided to put the calendar last because we thought everyone would start talking about vacations and might get off on their little tangents. So our order was, Julie says, let's not have a negative beginning to our meeting. So we moved the first topic down. We actually did injuries instead. We're going to say injuries. Okay. We want to be kind of short, so we did not too in depth.
And everyone lives, so it was still
Exactly.
possible.
Right, exactly. That's right. No naming. And then we combined kind of subject 1 and 4 because we thought they segued very well together. So we would do those two, some big chunk of the meeting, and really do a lot of feedback and talking about ideas on how to limit that supply and still accomplishing our projects. And then of course last was going to be and Tanya had an interesting point about hierarchy as far as who was making the agenda. If this was our colleagues, we might ask for a lot more feedback, or before we make up the agenda. As we were thinking it was our department, we're like, oh well, our boss is going to make the agenda, so we wouldn't necessarily need that step where she needs the feedback before she makes the agenda. She would just tell us what you need to bring or what you need to prepare for. But so it might really make a difference.
Yeah, and I know that is the culture here for sure. That a lot of times it's the boss, sets the agenda and tells you what to show, what to bring, what to be prepared with, and show up. Of course, what we were talking about earlier was that it's helpful to get feedback from other people to see if they can think of anything else too. But you guys were very thorough with your thought process for how you laid that out. So that's very good. And actually, I heard a lot of fun discussion coming from both groups that was somewhat entertaining for me. Yeah. What did you guys come up with?
Well, before Kira tells you, I just want to say that since you heard both, you heard that they stole our stuff.
Syria.
Okay, so we decided that we would format a meeting around the budget cut and vacation time. And we decided that we would gather and share information through email in order to figure out participants that would need to come and what they would need to bring, specifically for vacation time. I guess both vacation time, when their times, they had left, who was going to be there when they weren't there, and then for the budget cut, what was priority for them that they keep, what could they cut, so each person came with the knowledge that they had something to hand in, and not, the supervisor didn't just say, well, we're going to cut this. They already had something in their minds. So we arranged it, let the budget cut come first, and then they talk about vacation time so that nobody would leave before the budget was discussed. And that's it, I guess.
Those are good approaches. Actually, both groups came up with slightly different plans and agendas, but both would work. And really, I think a lot of it might depend on the dynamics of the group as well, and how you think the information might flow better with the group. I know when I was looking at this, when I made this up, I was thinking, I almost thought with the project updates that you could probably gather that maybe in an email, have people send reports out beforehand so people have a chance to kind of look over that. And even with the workplace safety, that might be something, if you're just looking to gather information about it, you might could do that by email as well. And then that would leave a huge chunk of your time, to discuss the budget, which would also tie into the projects. and to talk about the vacation time. But actually, the reasonings that you guys gave for how you would do it the way you did were very thorough, and they would definitely work. So you guys did a good job. Did either group get to do the role playing? I don't think I heard you guys kind of talking about it, but I don't think you actually got it.
We were fighting out who was going to be Carol.
Jason wanted to be Carol. Okay.
I think it's in our environment, it's hard to, I don't know, we've had meetings, so many meetings all the time, and it's like, we've all been through that situation. It seems like people they respond very well to subtlety. I mean, I think it just takes very little, okay, let's do, they usually come like that. I mean, we have a lot of stringers, but they come back pretty.
Yeah, I've been in very few where I've had trouble getting someone to refocus.
Yes.
But yeah.
So yeah, we never got into that one.
Okay, well, do you guys have any questions or thoughts about anything that we've talked about today, or anything you want to share with the group to kind of, that might offer some additional insight, or something people could take back with them that would be helpful that's occurred to you?
I have a question.
Okay.
See if you have ideas on, say it's a meeting that's a staff meeting. So then, of course, you know who your key participants are, and they're the ones that are always going to be there. How can you get those that don't tend to participate to participate?
That's where it might be useful to actually assign roles. When you set your agenda and you determine, okay, these are the goals that I hope to accomplish in this meeting, and these are the activities that need to be done either beforehand or during the meeting in order to make it successful. Once you've got that set, you're going to think about, what roles do people need to play in order to do that. If you really want to get some of those people that tend to set back and not be so involved to participate, it might be helpful to actually assign them a role in the meeting. It might not have to be a big role. Maybe it's someone who's really shy and they're not necessarily comfortable speaking up or doing a huge piece of it. But if you can assign them a role, maybe it's that they gather some information and bring it to the meeting, or maybe they are the minute taker, or just some kind of role, whatever it might be, depending on the group situation. If you can assign them a role, then that will involve them a little more.
I used to like to go around the room, especially if it's a departmental meeting, and ask them to share with the other group, because everyone doesn't know what everybody's doing. We have ILL, CERC, or whatever, and they might not communicate on their own, so I wanted them, each one, to say something. And if someone would sit there and not really say anything, I would already know in my mind a couple projects they worked on. I said, well, what about the project where we just did the removal of the Social Security numbers? Oh, yeah, and you get them talking that way, because you're just going to keep prompting. And then it works over a few meetings that finally open up a little bit more as they get used to it. But
That's a good idea.
you don't want to make them feel like that they're being singled out, but that's, if everybody has to do it, then it's not.
I know we've been in situations where there's one person in particular that comes to mind that you ask, how are things going? What have you been doing? What's happening with your job? And there's never any, just nah. But that's good to provide, to have a few things in mind and to maybe ask, oh, what about such and such that you did? So that's a good idea. Anyone else have any thoughts on that or any other questions? No?
Just visualizing that news guy on TV is like, let's see, and they show me all those here. Diana, come.
Well, that would make it interesting. You could turn it into a game. Yeah, or a news show. There you go. Yes. Okay, well, I think we are actually finished. The last thing I have for you guys is there's a blue evaluation form. If you could just fill that out, leave it at the back of the room. And I really, really appreciate you guys helping with this. I was kind of trying to do it by myself, and I felt a little strange talking to an empty room. As you can imagine why.
Yeah, I'm sorry.